Oh, here is my fresh beef. I'm going to cut it into little pieces because I want to blend it in my blender so that it can blend easily. Now, this is my blender. I'm going to put my beef in and it will shred it. After shredding it to my taste, if you have this kind of blender, fine. If you do not have it, you can parboil it and shred afterwards. When I mean cook your beef in the chunky form and shred afterwards, I'm going to now spice it with my regular spices like your curry, your thyme, your ginger, your garlic, your chopped onions, whatever spice you love to use, your thyme. Just add everything and your seasoning cube and a little bit of salt and allow this to simmer for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, this is very important. This will the meat stock you get from the shredded beef will take it into another level. It will give your meat pie filling a very unique taste. As in, we're going to be finding out 4 ways to make our meat pie filling or empanada filling. So stick around. All the methods are unique. You will love them. I am using carrots, spring onions, and green bell peppers. These are my to-go vegetable. I must add them to all my fillings. They just take them to another level. This is my Irish potato. I'm just going to parboil it for like 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure it's not so soggy or soft. Don't boil it for too long. Chop it and set it aside. I love using butter for my empanada or meat pie filling because the flavor, especially in cooking butter, gives it a unique taste that you won't find anywhere. So you can try it and come back and tell me. So I just added all my vegetable I chopped alongside with chopped onions. I'm going to allow this fry for a little bit or simmer for a little bit or saute for a little bit, after which I'm going to go on now to add in my Irish potato. My Irish potato has been cooked already, so I'm not going to waste time. I'm just going to allow it mix with all the vegetable to absorb the flavors from the vegetable before I go on now to add in my shredded beef. Because my beef has been well spiced, I'm not going to add in any other I'm not going to add in any other seasoning. I'm not going to add in salt. I'm not going to add in more seasoning. The seasoning from the meat stock is enough. Just allow it dry. You're adding your flour to thicken, and this is what you get at the end of the day. Method two. Now, this method two, we are using our shredded beef, miced beef rather. Now, this beef has been miced from the store, so you just buy it already miced. It's easy. You don't need to shred it. You don't need to chop it. I'm just going to now go on now to spice it like as I did the first one. Your curry, your thyme, your ginger, your garlic, paprika, salt, seasoning cube. After which I'm going to cover and allow it to simmer for like 5 to 10 minutes. One thing I like about this miced beef is that they are very easy to cook. They do not take time. Once you allow it simmer for like 5 to 10 minutes, this is what you get. It is okay. Remember, you're also going to fry it, so don't leave it for too long. I love the juice from my beef, so I don't fry my spiced beef immediately. I cook it first so that it will be well flavored. Now I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil for this method. This method I call it the bell peppers method because I use lots of bell pepper in this particular recipe. I added my chopped onions, added it lots of fresh spring onions. I told the spring onions, please don't leave it out of your beef filling or your meat pie filling or your empanada filling. Its flavor, especially when fresh, is amazing. Added in now my shredded carrot, which I always do add. Then I'm going to go on now to add in cabbage rather. For this one, we are not using Irish potato, we are using cabbage. I'm not using lots of cabbage, just a little cabbage because I'm using lots and lots of bell peppers. I'm using red bell pepper, yellow, green, and orange bell peppers. So I call this the bell peppers meat pie filling. The bell peppers empanada filling. Go on out to add in your other spices, your curry, thyme, more paprika, whatever spice you want to add, seasoning cube, salt. Just go on and add it. After which I'll add in my beef. My beef has been parboiled, so I'm going to add it and stir. This meat pie filling is very, very delicious. It is unique. The flavor from all the bell peppers took it to its own level. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go on now to add in my beef stock, which you cannot skip out because of the flavor. Add in the remaining spring onions. Go on now to add in more curry. You know, and curry is something that you shouldn't manage when making your beef filling. Add it in generous amount. It makes it taste like Mr. Biggs of old, and you will just love it. So I added a little bit of salt, no more seasoning because the one for my filling, for my stock rather, is enough. I added a little bit of flour to thicken my sauce, and voila, method two form of meat pie filling is completed. And this is how it looks. Look at all the bell peppers. Oh my god, Oh my god. Another way you can do your method 2 is that instead of adding your cabbage, add your Irish potato to it. That's another way of method 2 alongside with all the bell peppers. This is how it will look since instead of this one, this is how it's going to look. So that's another way of making your method 2. We're going now to method 3. I call this the Odugu method. You know my method, there must be the Odugu method. Now, this method is very easy, but I think this is the tastiest meat pie filling I have ever made, and it is not popular at all, so stick around. You just add in vegetable oil. You are not using butter in this one now, just your regular vegetable oil. You're going to add in your chopped onions and allow it to saute for like 2 minutes. Then go on now to add in your bell pepper mix. When I mean bell pepper mix, I mean your bell peppers, tomato, a little bit of onions, and pepper. You know, pepper, tarodo, that have been parboiled. Add in like 2 to 3 tablespoons. The one you parboiled that you would have used for your jollof rice. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Add in like 2 to 3 tablespoons and allow it to fry till it's dried like this, as if you want to make jollof rice. You understand? Then go on now to add in your shredded beef. This beef is a beef that has been parboiled with its spices and shredded. You parboil it before shredding it with the same blender I showed you at the beginning. Just add in this one. You're not adding in cabbage. You are not adding in Irish potato. You're going to add in your mixed vegetable. This mixed vegetable comes in different forms in cans in the market. You just buy them, drain the water from it, and add it. They are flavorful and they are fresh. That is it though. One thing I love about this filling is that the tomato paste, the bell pepper blended paste, took it to another level. The color from the tomato made it look like jollof rice. The flavor from the vegetable, oh my god, that is just all you need. You're going to add it, add in your spices, and this is what you get at the end of the day. Method 4. Method 4 is when you do not want to use Irish potato, you do not have time to use plenty bell peppers, you just have little green bell peppers like what you are seeing here, alongside with your chopped onions and your carrots. My dear, if that is all you have, then make your meat pie filling this way. Add in lots of cabbage for this one. You're not going to add little cabbage. The cabbage must, you understand, be plenty. Add it. Add in all your spices, your curry, your thyme, your shallots, your powdered garlic and ginger. Add them all in to eat and stir. Then before you go on now to add in your shredded beef, the same way you shredded the method 3, whereby cooking your beef as if you want to make your soup and shredding it afterwards. When you are done adding in generous amounts of your beef, one thing I like about this one, you don't need so much beef. And this is what you get at the end of the day. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Do like, share, and subscribe, and tell me your favorite methods. Bye bye. Good to have you here. See you next time.